Hobart School of Welding Technology presents Training in Oxy-Acetylene Welding, Cutting, and Brazing. Topic number 27, Job Practice. Fillet braze weld, corner joint, cast iron, flat position. The objective of this practice is to be able to produce quality multiple pass braze fillet welds on cast iron in the flat position. The finished braze weld should be even, slightly convex, and bond well into the cast iron about 1/16 inch beyond the joint edges. Material: 1/2 inch thick cast iron, filler metal 3/32 inch and 1/8 inch diameter RCUZNC. Flux, suitable for cast iron. Equipment: oxygen and acetylene supply and equipment, protective clothing, gloves, and goggles, striker and pliers, tip orifice, size number 53, tip cleaner, number 53. Gas pressure settings: oxygen, 8 psi, acetylene, 8 psi, flame, slightly oxidizing. For this practice, the workpiece will consist of 2 pieces of cast iron held in a fixture to form a corner joint. Before positioning the pieces, remove any foreign matter with a wire brush. If necessary, grind the surfaces. Then place the pieces so that the root opening is a consistent 3/32 inch for the full length of the joint. The joint surfaces must first be tinned or given a coating of filler metal. To do this, adjust the flame to a highly oxidizing condition. Then pass the flame over both sides of the joint to loosen any foreign particles. Readjust the flame to a slightly oxidizing condition. Then preheat the joint surfaces until one of the pieces appears dull red. Remove your goggles for a moment, and when the red color disappears, the metal is about the correct temperature for tinning. With a 90-degree work angle and a 35 to 40-degree push travel angle, position the torch at the right end of the preheated piece. Touch the 3/32 inch flux-coated rod to the heated area and spread a thin film of filler over the entire joint surface and about 1/16 inch beyond the edges. When finished, repeat the preheat and tinning process on the other face of the joint. When both joint faces are tinned, deposit a root bead using the 1/8 inch flux-coated filler rod. Use a work angle 45 degrees from both faces and a 35 to 40-degree push travel angle. Hold the filler rod at an angle opposite the torch angle. Move at a rate to form a root bead which covers the root opening but does not run through in drips. Then deposit the second bead from right to left with the same torch and filler rod angles. Move the torch and rod from side to side as you travel toward the left, depositing an even layer of filler material and forming a flat or slightly concave bead. Deposit additional layers in the same manner until you fill the joint and form about a 1/16 inch reinforcement on the face. Now, this will take about 5 or 6 separate passes. When complete, remove the flux and inspect the braze weld. It should be even with a 1/16 inch face reinforcement and bond well to the cast iron about 1/16 inch beyond the joint edges. The backside should have no void areas or drips and should be consistently penetrated to form a reinforcement of about 1/8 inch. Inspect the braze weld and continue practice. Hobart School of Welding Technology presents Training in Oxy-Acetylene Welding.